Today's Lunch and Learn is on choosing ad formats based on current Google AdWords suite in 2017. And just a little context to why it's helpful to review all of this is because new types of ads are constantly being introduced. And when you start working with a new client who maybe doesn't have any history in an account that you can look at, you have to determine a lot of things about how to set that account up. You need to pick which network you're gonna run their ads on, and then along with each network comes different types of ads that you can use. So I think there's at least two newer ad formats that were introduced. So I thought I would just recap all of them and include some pictures and talk about what they're each good for. So the very first that's been with us since the beginning of time are text ads. They consist only of words, which may look boring compared to some of the other ad types, but I actually find these to be the bread and butter of most ad campaigns that I run. They're just very effective, largely because they're based directly on what people are searching. So the words that people are entering into Google will basically match and trigger with these text ads. The picture below is just something I talked about in another Lunch and Learn, the before and after of a standard text ad, and then the after one is the expanded text ad. So you can see even within each type of ad format, little adaptations are constantly being made. There's a lot of new spaces where you can optimize for keywords in the expanded text ads that are cool. And then the other reason I love text ads is the fact that you can extend them with extensions. The ones in the picture don't really have any extensions that you can see, but that's where you can put stuff like locations, phone numbers, call outs, little snippets about your business that make you stand out from the competition. So these are the bread and butter, I think, of most campaigns, but there are a lot of other types of ads that you can use as well. These are one of the newer types of ad formats, responsive ads that run on the display network. The previous type of ad, text ad, only runs on the search network. So these are a display network format, and they're cool. I'm personally still getting used to them. The reason there's no image is because they are kind of auto-generated and they auto-fit, which is really cool. So it can be either a text ad or an image ad. It'll transform. Like it'll go between based on what's performing best. And it fits. You used to have to kind of design your ads to fit certain spaces that were pre-formatted to show on different websites. So you'd have like a banner ad and you'd have to make your ad a certain size and it would show in that space. And of course it would show as an image ad or a video ad or whatever you programmed it to show as. These are just a whole new beast because they really, they're quite automated. They can transform into text ads or image ads. So I didn't have a picture because they can kind of look like a lot of different things. So that's one of the newer ones. I think this was either like the tail end of 2016 or the beginning of 2017 that they were introduced. And I can't comment on their performance yet because I haven't tested them enough to see whether it's better to rely on one of these or just a standard image ad or standard text ad. I don't know yet, but we will see. They sound cool. Image ads are also pretty, like they've been with us for a while. So they can be static or they can be GIFs that kind of move and attract the website user's eye a little bit more. But these are the ones where you need to sort of pre-select your sizes. So there's a big long list of how big the ads need to be, the image ads need to be. And those sizes are based on these spaces that you can kind of see in these pictures. So the ones along the top are a little bit different sizes from the one on the side there. Also, as the picture indicates, you can only run image ads on the display network. So similar to responsive ads, I guess. But yeah, image ads are great. They may be going out of style if responsive ads really pick up, but these are the kind where you need to work with a graphic designer typically to design it, and then you upload them to the account, and they'll just run at whatever size you upload them as, and you can kind of create different variants and test them against each other. So we'll see how much longer these are with us for. Some of the other automation tools that I've talked about might kind of make these void or less effective. Especially that tool I showed you where you can input a website URL and then it kind of just shoots out all of the image ads already built. So who knows? For now, these are reasonably effective. You run them on the display network, and they're pretty tried and true. App promotion ads. These are unique, typically only run on the mobile or on targeting mobile devices. The sole purpose of them is to encourage people to download your app. These are not the oldest, but they've been around for a little while. I'd say at least a year. But they send people directly to your app store to download it. So I seldom use these because I seldom work with clients that only want people to download apps. But if you are working with a company that's 100% mobile and that's their only function, this is the only ad type that you need. So that's why Google developed it. So yeah, kind of speaks for itself. Video ads are becoming bigger and bigger. The one in the picture is sort of one example of it. It's just running or showing up in the search results, just right along with the regular search results. But the more common, platform that you would run these on is YouTube. So it plays before or during or after a video. I guess not after, but before or during a video. That's the most effective place to put them. I think this kind of thing can work as well. I just haven't seen it as often. They're becoming more and more popular. They're measured in terms of a cost per view, which is a little bit different from an impression because Google's monitoring how long the person is watching the video for. So you can kind of grab data about how your audience is interacting with your ads to a little bit of a deeper level than just, say, a standard image ad where you can't see, how long are they looking at it for, all those particulars. So I find video ads are, becoming more and more necessary. They can be different lengths. And like I said, you can run them on kind of different Google partners. But with the popularity of YouTube, I'd say that's really what's spearheading why these are becoming so significant. But they're almost a necessary component of, I'd say, the average advertising campaign, which is definitely not something I would have said even 3 years ago or so. You used to be able to rely a lot more heavily just on text and image, but these are a lot more engaging, and I guess they are kind of a richer media, so they can get pretty good performance and pretty good results. The one thing I'll say about these that's a little bit more complicated to track, which I think is an area these can really improve on. If you say show in your video ad a phone number or something, unless you make that phone number unique, it's hard to track how many people are seeing the call to actions within the actual video ad itself and responding. So for my campaigns, I do actually make separate phone numbers and unique URLs. So I'll set up like a UTM code, which I did another Lunch and Learn on, so that if that UTM code is triggered or if that phone number is used, I know exactly which video ad it came from. That is a lot of extra work though, so hopefully that's something that we'll be improving in the future. Shopping ads. I love these. So these run on Google Shopping. They're those, where the arrow is pointing. They show up alongside the search results, and these have definitely grown in terms of how effective they are. When they first came out, it may have just been my experience, but I didn't find that they had the command that they do now. So for e-commerce companies, these are an absolute must. You're going to pay a lot less per click when you run a campaign on the shopping network as opposed to using, say, image ads on the display network, or even just the text ads that you're seeing in this picture right beside it in kind of that orange square. For obvious reasons, you can kind of see why the person would be more drawn to the shopping ad. It shows the price. It clicks straight through to the website, so you can just direct purchase. And it also shows competitors, like right alongside each other. So for the user, it's a way better experience. And Google is always on the side of the user. For an advertiser, you obviously need to be watching your pricing and making sure that you're super competitive, or you're offering products that kind of no one else does. Because as you can see, the pricing is just right beside all of your competitors. So but these have really picked up in terms of the performance. Basically any e-commerce client that I work with, I put them on the shopping network because it's really grown quite significantly and gets pretty good results. I think that's everything for those. Call only ads. These are another one of the newer types. So it was these and then responsive ads that are the newest. I don't know how I feel about these yet. They don't, in my experience, perform as well as just a standard text ad with a call extension. I hope it continues to improve, but the vision behind these is pretty much just for mobile users. The ad needs to be viewed on a device that you can click and make a direct call on. So yeah, pretty much just mobile users. But yeah, that's the sole function is just, as you see in this little picture, a service-based business that you can type in your search query. So it sort of functions the same way that a text ad does. It's going to trigger keywords in your ad based on the keywords that you're targeting. And then it just provides a phone number. So you can call right off the bat. There's no sort of go to a website and then view different pages and then click on a phone number. It's just, say I need a plumber or something. I Google plumber in my area, ad comes up, call directly. So I think it's a cool concept. In terms of the implementation of it, I just haven't found that people are comfortable yet directly calling without viewing a website. I find they'll look at the ads and they'll kind of pick up on the extensions that are there. So you can see some of the extensions in these too, like free quotes and affordable, all the site links underneath. They'll look at that and that sort of convinces them which ad to choose, but they still need to click through, view the page, read a little bit more about the business, and then they'll call the phone number on the website. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, and I'm a little confused why these don't perform better, because they are sort of no different than a call extension, but that's just my experience. So I think that is the final ad type.